Well, hello there. Join us on our first ever canal boat holiday as we explore the beautiful UK waterways aboard a 60-foot narrowboat. We travelled along the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal and the Trent and Mersey Canal for 7 unforgettable and occasionally chaotic nights. We had some instruction, the sun was out, what could possibly go wrong? We had the boys on the helm, in complete control, giving their full attention, making sure we didn't collide with anything or checking all possible scenarios. And the girls looked after the locks with faultless precision as we moved through the network.
Push it over. Don't hold it like that. Going the wrong way, Shaz. Tim's won again.
But joking apart, we all made mistakes on those first couple of days.
Oh, bugger.
But after a few canal miles and a couple of locks, we were cruising the cut like we've been doing it for years. Along the way, we ran aground on a narrow stretch, lost propulsion when a deck chair wrapped around propeller, drained the batteries by running the beer machine overnight, visited stunning countryside and historic Shugborough, battled leaky locks, tight bridges, blind bends, discovered the highs and the lows of canalside pubs, made lots of new friends, shared laughs with fellow boaters. If you're considering a narrowboat holiday in the UK or just fancy watching some canal chaos and tranquil countryside, then this video is for you.
There is a boat coming, so we'll leave it.
So our plan was not to rush from one place to another, but to try out the local food and drink on the way.
So more in our series of random pub visits. We've just been to the Lamb and Flag, which is in Little Haywood. And there's a small child on a bar stool screaming, and no one stopping her from doing that, and nobody serving behind the bar. So we've left and we're now going to be trying the Red Lion, I think it is, and see what we can make of that, which certainly looks more promising on the outset, but we'll see. It's Monday night, of course, that's the problem.
So the Red Lion was friendly and they had nice beer but no food, and he directed us down a mile and a half to the Wolseley Arms. So that was our next stop. Is it closed?
You know, and Chris many after the cooking of it. Maybe should have
Chicken schnitz?
Salmon?
Hunter's chicken schnitz.
So we're at the Wolseley Arms, which is where we've ended up eating tonight, which is Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. It was okay. We're waiting for an Uber because we're a bit knackered because we've walked. It's been about 2.5 miles to get here walking, which is pretty good because we've done quite a bit of a walk today, despite the fact that we are in a narrowboat. It would be nice to think that we will end up in a pub where we get a really, really nice dinner one night before the end of the holiday. But who knows? It was fine. It is what it is, as Graham always says. How's the Narrowboat holiday so far, Sharon?
Well, I'm not Sharon, but it's been excellent so far. We've only run aground once, hit a few things, and had a deck chair caught in the propeller.
Yeah, we learnt a few things in those first few days, like the edges of the canals are very shallow, and if you get anything wrapped around your propeller, you're going nowhere. So, and also that a lot of pubs seem to be closed when you don't expect them to be. So always check ahead. Lessons to be learnt. We learnt that lesson very clearly at our turning point, which was as far as we're going to go, which was Fradley Junction, which was where the Trent and Mersey meets the Coventry Canal. We had a bit of a problem because we couldn't moor close to the pub, and we didn't want to carry on down the Trent and Mersey because we've had to go quite a few more miles to turn round. So we decided to go into the Coventry Canal with a plan to reverse out of there the following morning, which we did manage to achieve. So we were quite pleased that we managed to do that. But with all that faffing about, we finally got to the pub, which we'd heard was really nice, and the food was good, only to find out that they'd stopped serving food at 7 o'clock, and we got there at 8 minutes past 7. So we ended up back on the canal, on our own boat, having some food. We enjoyed that, it was great. Probably a lesson to learn is that you always want to make sure you've got something aboard so you can have a meal if you're anywhere like that. But the good thing is most of the pubs do serve great beer, so we certainly enjoyed all the pubs' beer.
Okay, so we've just been to the Clifford Arms in, I don't know where we are, Shugborough. Are we in Shugborough? We're near Shugborough, I think, and we're on the way back now because we stayed in Shugborough on the way down.
Great Hayward's over here.
It's Great Hayward. And the Clifford Arms in Great Hayward. So far the best meal, because we have had some meals that didn't actually exist because they stopped serving at 7 o'clock, and the rest have been pretty poor, to be honest. So this was the best one yet. It's fine. It's 6.5 out of 10.
So despite our misgivings with some of the food, the beer was great everywhere we went. There was just so much to love about being on the canal, being on a canal boat, just travelling through just beautiful countryside. You feel divorced from reality, away from traffic, away from most things. Most places your phone signal doesn't even work. It's a great place to just chill out, especially if the weather's nice. You can only go at the speed of the canal, which is the speed the locks fill up, the speed the boats go in front of you. There's just no need to rush. Everybody takes their time. Nobody gets stressed out. Every time you get to a lock gate, you meet nice people, you chat to them. Everybody helps each other out at the lock gates. Everybody mucks in. You soon learn the etiquette of lock gates, making sure you check ahead to see if anybody's trying to get into the lock the other way. Yeah, always making sure that you close the paddles on the lock gates after you've finished. Yeah, most people try and help each other out, especially if you see somebody who's boating on their own. Obviously it's great to be able to help them through the lock gates, but after a while everyone gets smoothly in and out of locks, so it really doesn't take very long to do, and you soon get used to doing it properly. no canal boat video is complete without some drone footage, so it's time to fire up the drone.
Epic fail.
Oh well, expensive lesson learnt there. Anyway, the reason we wanted to travel up the Staffs and Worcester Canal north from Alderley Junction was so we could visit the National Trust property at Shugborough Hall Estate. It's quite easy by canal, you just need to moor close to bridge number 73, and the entrance to Shugborough Hall is literally just past the bridge going north, and you turn right straight into Shugborough Hall Estate.
Hello, so here we are at Shugborough House, which is Shugborough Hall, which is one of the National Trust properties near where we've moored up on Emily, and so we're just going to go in the house and have a little look round, and then probably look at the gardens.
So, Shugborough Estate, well, it's home to the Anson family since 1624, as once described as a perfect paradise. The stories of Shugborough entangled really with the exploits and interests of two brothers, and there's much in the house about that, which is Thomas and George Anson. It was also home, of course, to Patrick Anson, who was the 5th Earl of Lichfield, probably better known as Patrick Lichfield, the famous royal and fashion photographer. And Patrick had a private apartment created where he continued to live along with his 3 children and played an important role in the estate until his death in 2005. His son Thomas is the current Earl of Lichfield. The grandeur of the estate, including the house, the gardens and its many follies, all really down to the elder of the 2 brothers, Thomas Anson. He originally trained in law, but he abandoned this on his father's death and decided to go on a grand tour visiting places such as Rome, Naples, Alexandria, Cyprus, and he got a taste for refinement and Italian architecture, Greek architecture, Roman art, and much of that is shown in many of the houses, the ceilings and other parts of the buildings and the gardens and everything else. It's absolutely beautiful. Younger brother George was widely credited as father of the British Navy. George Anson was the second Englishman after Sir Francis Drake to circumnavigate the globe from 1740 to 44, and in many military fights against the Spanish and others he amassed a huge wealth of treasure of gold and silver, most of which helped to fund Thomas's extravagant development of the Shugborough Hall estate. Do a bowling. So the National Trust have done a great job with preserving and showing off Shugborough Hall and its massive estate. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it as a trip. Obviously, if you're a National Trust member, then it's free of charge to get in and out. If you're not a National Trust member, it's not cheap. I think a family for the whole property is about 46 pounds, something like that. I think if you just want to go in the park and gardens, it's about £27, £28 for 2 adults and up to 3 children. So yeah, it's certainly worth a trip, and you could spend a lot of time there. We obviously only had a couple of hours, but we had a good walk around. We had a look around the house. We watched a video about Patrick Litchfield and his relationship with people like Mick Jagger and Princess Margaret, and yeah, it's a really interesting place and lots of things to see and to do. And of course we went to, as we do with most National Trust properties, to the cafe. And we went there to have some carrot cake, but didn't have any, so we're a bit disappointed with that. So there you go, Shugborough. Make sure you got carrot cake next time we come. But yeah, all in all, a great day out, and nice time spent at Shugborough Hall. Where are we now, Kim?
We're at Shugborough Hall, home of Patrick Litchfield. The late Patrick Litchfield, who died in 2005 of
syphilis.
scurvy.
Not quite sure, but he was an ant.
We don't know. We don't know. We've had a quick look of it at his apartment, which looked very nice. Anyway, it's a beautiful day at Shugborough Hall. Here we are looking at the gardens. It all belongs to the National Trust. There's no residents here now. So, but there is a holiday cottage, which we might have a look at.
Good day. Good day. He's so nice.
The scenery everywhere is just beautiful. You're mostly away on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal, away from industrial areas. Yeah. Whilst there are very few industrial buildings along the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal, there is, of course, this rather large building, which is, if you've ever had any old toilets or baths, you may well know that Armitage Shanks, and this is the Armitage Shanks building, which is actually in Armitage near Rugeley in Staffordshire. And of course, no canal trip will be complete without a trip over an aqueduct. May not be the biggest in the world, but here's a little aqueduct for you, and you can see it's passing straight over the river. I think it's the River Sow. So this was our first lock that we went through on our way to Fradley Junction, and of course, because we turned around and came back, this is our last lock on our way back to Alderley Junction. So we're going to be just going through this lock and mooring up here just a bit further on for the night, and then a short trip back to Alderley to hand the boat back. If you ever stop at Gailey Top Lock, it's really quite nice. Please go and see Karen, who you'll find in the old toll house, which is a sort of round, almost lighthouse type structure made of brick. She's got a shop in there. She took it over from her mother, who had it before. Lots of nice stuff in there. The chutneys are absolutely wonderful. We bought some chutneys up there whilst on our way down. And yeah, it's got lots of nice little knickknacks and things like that for sale, so please go and support it. Also, if you're desperate for some victuals, there's just across the road from there's a BP garage with a Londis, I think it is, shop, so you can go and get bits and pieces there. So yeah, Gailey Top Lock. Yeah, so it was really busy on our way through. We needed to get some water, but as you can see, there were two boats on the left here that were moored side by side because they were both getting pumped out, and we needed to get water. So yeah, there were three abreast on the canal, and as you'll see, there was just about enough room to get another boat through. So yeah, these narrowboats, amazing what you can fit on a canal. So the question must be, did we have a great holiday? Do we feel chilled out? Did we really enjoy it? Will we do it again?
Hell yeah!